first of all, a very, very good afternoon to all of you present here. And I'm all the more extremely delighted to be given this chance among very few to be talking about my book, which has already been released in the United States of America, in the United Kingdom, and in Canada. But it is the South Asia version is awaited, and I'm eagerly looking forward for the book to be shared not only with the fellow academicians but also with students. The book would be used more of a resource work. It is a critical reader that comes across as a kind of savior to and not, like I said, it's not just a savior to a lot of researchers who are floating in the waters and are looking for still a field where students are looking for an anchorage, and especially when it comes to Indian women authors who are writing and exploring the field of science fiction. I've chosen to write this book for young students, also for them to be able to understand that research is possible in this field and what kind of aspects could be explored. The PowerPoint presentation refers to the topic of my book. This is the cover of my book, which and the publisher is Routledge, which is an imprint of the Taylor and Francis Group. And I would again like to inform that the book has been released outside India. It has been released in the United States of America, UK, Canada. I am awaiting a South Asian release, and that would definitely allow me to share the greater details of the price and so on, because the price for UK USA version is $160 in the market, and I would like to, I've already talked to the publishers to keep it sized down for our students also to buy. Moving further, I would like to talk about, briefly talk about why science fiction and why in particular Indian science fiction. I was introduced to the field of science fiction during the second year of my BA Honours English at Delhi University, where I was reading a paper on popular fiction, and I read A Foundation by Isaac Asimov, and then the fiction really took me by surprise, and I was in awe of the kind of fantastical events, but yet explicated by the use of a scientific explanation, and that led me to develop my interest in the field. Of course, I came back to it many years later when I was able to put down myself for research work, and I was encouraged by the likes of Dr. Arvind Mishra, Dr. Zishan Zaidi, of course, to give special credit to Sri Narahari sir, and the likes. I mean, to each of the wonderful people here, Navle sir, Kalpana Kulshresh ma'am, I've read her works. So I just to mention what the book covers, the book talks about the idea of radical potential, and what really drew me to science fiction is its ability to ask difficult and interesting questions about what would be a future scenario, about what would be a world where if I can extrapolate it, that it intends to ask difficult and interesting questions about the use, regarding the use of science and technology. And science fiction is the only genre that stimulates us to think beyond our social and cultural conditioning by confronting us with the question, what if? And that it does by placing things in a future setting, by placing things in an alternative world, by presenting us with alternative technologies, alternative cultures, and different ways of perceiving the same world in which we are placed in. And so hence, in that way, I was able to understand that it's the one literature that we have that it's truly radical. It holds potential for revolution. And so in terms of the kind of authors I've chosen, is I first refer to Ruqayyah Sakhawat Hussain in my book, who of course was writing in the very beginning of 20th century, and seen more of as beyond, a little bit beyond proto science fiction, but that's really revolutionary for a woman who has just learned to read and write. She talks about an air car. She talks about developing horticulture, the use of solar energy for warfare. And another author I've talked about is Manjula Padmanabhan. I worked on a novel Escape, published 2008. So there is, she talks about the possibility of, I will also at the same time share my book cover so that you all could, be if as in a mindful of the kind of work that I'm doing. So this is the book cover, which is the version that has come out internationally. Basically, Manjula Padmanabhan talks about issues like female feticide. What if only a single female survived on the surface of the earth? And she extrapolates the questions of how and why that is happening. And basically, the idea is that, she also talks about a number of ideas of environmental pollution, environmental disasters, and basically the concern for humanity, especially the female kind. I've also, taken up two works from Vandana Singh, published in 2008 and 2011. The first one being Distances, which talks about space travels, talks about a future setting, which of course is in each of the works. And of Love and Other Monsters, it talks about being sensitive to the LGBTQ community, the animals, and also the idea of cloning is explored very, very clearly and prolifically by Priya Sarukai Chabria. She's the fourth author that I've worked on, and her novel chosen is Generation 14. So basically, to not only be thankful to the kind of people I've been guided through and the kind of motivation I've received in the field, by also looking at the kind of works being produced, I was thoroughly impressed by the writers I came across, especially Ashok K. Bankar. I was very impressed by his Gods of War, and basically, I will just share how I've structured my book. The contents are such that the first chapter talks about the various theorists, the major writers of science fiction. Then the second chapter talks about Indian science fiction in India, how it began, what is the history, how it is not only present in the one or two languages, but it's present in nearly every other language, which not only the world, but of course, to start with, the country needs to know about that. A lot of people don't know about the field, and that is also part of my work through my book, is that there is an Indian science fiction. Please read your own country's literature also. So I've talked about science fiction having been present in film scripts, television serials, and in not only in Hindi, in other Indian languages, how it surfaces not only in literature for adults, but serialized in magazines, in children's literature, shown through different exhibitions. People have taken up various projects on Indian science fiction, and giving much credit to the two remarkable agent organizations that we have. One of they constantly encourage and motivate us through also their seminars and conferences. The Indian Association of Science Fiction Studies, much thankful to them for this opportunity here, and the Indian Science Fiction Writers Association. The kind I've just mentioned here, the issues that tend to be common themes in Indian science fiction, which I've also looked at. I've looked at each of these themes. The idea of spirituality came as very, very unique. The idea of love, which does not know any bounds, but yet is within the bounds of respectability. So I mentioned earlier that I've worked on 4 authors: Hossain, Padmanabhan, Singh, and Chabria. I've mentioned the 4 works, the 5 works that I looked at. Then I've mentioned done my third chapter specifically on the kind of themes that I came about, the different genres, the subdivisions that they belong to. And that led me to understand a great deal about the not only the field, but also how remarkably brilliant, and so much potential it holds for research. Like I said, I've harped upon the radical potential and the radical present in the novels and the short stories, and I've gone on to make a very in-depth study through the kind of conjunctions and disjunctions used to bring about these elements. So it's been a very in-depth study for me, and a very, very rewarding study for me of how even a certain word can lead to discovering a radical element within the stories, and to from starting from it being a word, phrase, expression, sentence, to the whole idea of a story embedded in a story. Similarly, I have looked at contradictions through disjunctions which bring about or focus on the radical potential. And so since this was the premise of my book, I have gone on to conclude it in the best possible way. This is the end of my presentation, and this also takes me back to where I began from, and also being extremely thankful at the same time for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Navle sir. I will over to you. But before I finish, Harish sir was asking about dramas, science fiction dramas. There's a really famous drama by Manjula Padmanabhan. It's named Harvest. It was published in the year 1997, and it went to win a number of awards, which is one of them is the International Onassis Award, which it won after a year or two of its publication. So that speaks of the kind of, the accolades that Indian science fiction has not only received, but it's continually getting across the world and in India. So I'm extremely delighted to be part of this field and to continue research in this. And through my book, I would like to encourage students, not only fellow researchers, but students as part of where I also teach at Delhi University. So thank you everybody for being such patient and kind listeners. And I look forward to learning more and more as I become part of these endeavors. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.